Today, we are diving deep into what I like to call the arts of the savage reply. And, this isn't just about winning arguments. It's about mastering that kind of witty, sharp, and totally controlled response that really commands respect. Oh, you know that feeling, right? The argument's over, you're walking away, and then bam! Your brain just floods with all the brilliant, perfect comebacks you wish you'd said in the moment. It is so frustrating. Well, what if I told you that feeling could pretty much end today? And that's where this idea of a savage reply comes in. But let's get one thing straight right away. This is not about being mean. It's not about being disrespectful. It's actually about being in complete and total control. So a savage reply isn't just some clever insult. It's a real skill. It's a response that's all about smart timing and sharp words. Sure, but the absolute key ingredient here is that last part, complete emotional control. It's all about strategy, not just some raw knee-jerk reaction. Okay, here is a perfect real-world example. So the comedian Bharti Singh was playfully teasing actress Katrina Kaif about her Punjabi skills. Now, instead of getting all defensive, Katrina just smiled and fired back with, "I know Punjabi as well as you can dance." See what she did there? It was witty, it was sharp, and it completely turned the tables without ever being aggressive. That is the art in action. So, how can you do it? Well, let's open up the toolbox. We're going to break down 3 specific techniques: the reverse attack, accept and amplify, and the straw man takedown. And after all that, we'll talk about the one thing that makes all of them work, the foundation of confidence. All right, first up, technique number 1, the reverse attack. This is all about taking the exact weapon your opponent is using against you and just firing it right back at them. And it works in 3 pretty simple steps. First, you have to actually listen. Pinpoint the specific word or the idea they're using to attack you. Step 2, you calmly use that exact same word right back at them. You're not escalating, you're just reflecting. And finally, you trap them. The goal here isn't to start a whole new fight, it's to make them face their own words. Here's a classic example for you. A reporter mistakenly called the superstar Shah Rukh Khan Salman. Now, instead of getting angry, SRK just paused, said, "My name is Shah Rukh," and then, looking right at the reporter, calmly called her by the wrong name. He used her own mistake against her. He just reversed the attack calmly and super effectively without ever even raising his voice. Okay, on to our second technique, accept and amplify. Think of this as a powerful counterpunch. Instead of blocking an insult, you actually absorb its force, and then you redirect it in your favor. You see, the moment you get defensive, you've already lost. So step 1 is to stay calm. Then, believe it or not, you actually agree with their insult, at least on the surface. But then comes the crucial final step. You pivot and you amplify it to showcase your own confidence, turning their attack into a stage for your own strength. This next example is an absolute masterclass. So when a political opponent threatened to, quote, beat Modi with sticks, Prime Minister Modi didn't get defensive at all. He accepted the premise. He said it gave him 6 months to do more sun salutations so he could make my back strong enough to take every blow. He took their threat and amplified it into this powerful message of his own resilience. Now, for a more advanced strategy, the straw man takedown. This one's about understanding a really common logical fallacy, not just to defend against it, but to really get how it's used to control a debate. So, what even is a straw man? Well, it's when someone takes your actual point and then they twist it or they oversimplify it into something much weaker, a straw man, and then they attack that weaker version instead of what you actually said. Just think of it like this. You make a real, nuanced argument, but your opponent completely ignores that. Instead, they build this straw man version, a distorted caricature of your point that's way easier for them to knock down. Just recognizing when this is happening is the first huge step to defending against it. So how do you counter this? The key is to not get dragged into a fight with the straw man. Don't argue against their twisted version of your point. Instead, you call it out, directly and calmly. You can say something like, that's not what I said. My actual point is, and then you just clearly restate your original position. By refusing to engage with the caricature, you force the conversation back to the real issue. Okay, so we've covered the verbal tactics, but honestly, none of them work without the master key, the one foundation that holds this entire thing up: confidence. Because really, your words are only half the battle. The most brilliant comeback on earth will fall completely flat if your delivery is shaky. The real power doesn't just come from what you say, it comes from how you say it. Confidence is a physical act. You have to speak slowly and calmly. Lean back a little. It projects relaxation. Always maintain eye contact. But maybe the most powerful tool of all? A pause. That single second of silence before you reply shows everyone you're not just reacting, you are choosing your response. Sometimes that pause, followed by a simple, knowing smile, is the most savage reply you can possibly give. So, the most crucial takeaway here is this. This was never just about winning arguments. It's about commanding respect and controlling the narrative. A truly savage reply doesn't just end a debate, it changes the way the other person sees you. The goal isn't just to win the moment, it's to win their mind.